Hey everybody, welcome back to Hot Rods by Doug. Appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you ain't going to want to miss out what we got going on today. This is Dad's 92 Chevy pickup truck. It's been just sitting in the driveway for who knows how long. Used to drive it all the time, and it just kind of started having some problems, and we just let it sit, and it's just been sitting ever since. So it's got a lowering kit on it, as you can tell. The back stuff isn't going to work for the Suburban, but all the front stuff should. So we'll just order a flip kit for the Suburban, and then we'll just pull everything off the front of this, and hopefully everything on this is still pretty good. If it's a little rusty, that's no big deal. We'll just take it out, sandblast it, repaint it, put new bushings in it if we need to, and slap it back together on the Suburban. But this thing used to be really sweet back in the day. When we was kids, we'd ride in it, and I mean, it was low, and it's just sat. It's kind of, got some mold on it, there's some rust on it, some old 90s billet wheels on it, Euro taillights, the ground effects kit's falling off of it. But like I said, it's probably been sitting for 10 years, I bet. I couldn't remember the last time we drove this truck. It's got all the wood inserts. All these actually light up green. It's got, billet speakers, billet gauge cluster, all the billet accessories from the 90s, crushed velvet interior, and it's got a little bit of Gucci in it, if you can see. If not, I'm sorry that you can't see, but it's there. This truck used to be sweet, but it's just been sitting. So probably going to get started here in a minute. We're going to jack the front end up, pull the front wheels off, and check out the suspension and see what we're working with, what we can use, what we're not going to use, and then we'll just go from there. All right, this is what we're working with. Everything's pretty rusty, but I think all that will clean up. We'll sandblast them, paint everything, but this has lowering control arms. I'm not sure exactly what brand they are. I think it's got drop spindles as well, but we won't know until we start taking some of this apart. If that's the stock spring, then we won't have to change springs. We can use my spring, but if not, we're going to change all the front stuff. It is a little rusty, but I mean, the truck's been sitting for a while. It's no big deal. We're not looking for show quality. We're just looking for usability. If everything's still good, we can put new ball joints in it. We can put new rubber bushings, all that good stuff to make it ride better. We'll go ahead and get everything out. I think we might even steal the grill off this truck. I like this grill a little better, but I don't know. That's not really important. Right, more important is we just need to get all the suspension stuff off and onto the Suburban. You see in the last video, we got the Impala out, took it for a ride. Man, this car just sits right. Man, it's a good looking car. I'm sure Grandpa would be proud of it. I enjoy driving the crap out of it. I'm ready to hit the highway in this thing. Head down to Pigeon Forge or Summer Nights Cruise or something. I'm ready to go. We did get Dad's 37 out and take it for a ride, and it rides way better. Way better. We still want to bring that front end down just a little bit. So we got back with Speedway, and we got a new spring that has a less spring rating, and hopefully it'll bring us down an inch, maybe an inch and a half, what we're looking for. Other than that, Dad's car is basically ready to go. He's got some other stuff he would like to do to it throughout this year, but for now, he could jump in it and go, and he says it rides really good. That's all about I got for today. It's late start. It's real late. It's about 9 o'clock at night. We had just enough time to get this thing in here and pull the wheels off and check it out. So I'm going to get back to the house, and then I'll just see you guys here in a couple days. All right, welcome back. We're out here in the garage again. It's been a couple of days. We're going to try to get on the front end of this Chevy truck here. Garage door's open. Still in February. I got my shorts on. I'm just tired of wearing pants. I'm ready for summer to be here. So I guess we just need to get over here and start taking some of the stuff off the front end of this truck. I don't have a lot of time today, so I better just jump in and get started and see what we can get done. This is where we're at so far. Apparently my phone did not time lapse like I wanted it to. You can see we already got quite a bit of a mess. I did look, and these are not drop spindles, so I'm hoping that's a drop spring inside of a drop control arm. We won't know until we get that spring out. We can measure it from the stock spring out of the Suburban. You can also see I've kind of already made a mess. I was getting the bolt out for the shock, and it snapped it clean off inside the actual shock. So that is going to be a mess when we get it out. But so far, we're almost done getting this side out. Just got to undo the ball joint bolt, get the bushings bolts out, and then we're ready to drop this whole thing down. Well, we finally got that spindle off of that lower control arm. I probably should have pulled the bottom part of that shock out. That spring would have come out, but now I'm going to move on to the bushing bolts. Hopefully they come off a little bit easier, and then this whole thing should just fall out and we'll have one side off. Well, there you have it. Springs out, lower control arm. I have never seen a control arm like this before. I'm not sure how far of a drop this is, but I think that's the stock spring. Not 100% sure on that, but I think that's also the stock spindle. I'm pretty sure it is. So I don't know if this is just a 3-inch drop in the front. I don't know. We'll have to measure this spring once we get the other one out of the Suburban to see if it's the right one or not. It wasn't too much of a chore to get out, but now we just need to get over there and start tackling the other side so we can call it a day. Okay, run into a little snag here. I started looking around on this thing. I got ready to start taking this side apart, and I was just looking at this control arm here, from here to here, and I'm kind of worried that this is a 3-inch drop control arm with a stock spring and a stock spindle. So this is just a 3-inch drop, and I would like to do a 5-inch drop. So I thought about cutting a coil off of this, which should drop this down 2 more inches, but I'm worried about bottoming this out. I don't really know if 3 inches is gonna be enough for what I want. I really want 5, but we might not be able to get 5, or we might have to find something else to see if we can find some other used parts somewhere. I just don't think 3 inches is gonna be enough. That would bring it down to about here, when 5 inches would bring it back down here. And I would prefer this over this. I'm not really sure what to do right now about that. I guess I just need to do some research, see if I can find these arms online and see what other people have been doing. I would really hate to drop this thing down 5 inches, then bottom out the control arm every time we hit a bump. I don't really want it to ride really crappy. I would still like it to ride pretty good. So I guess we're just gonna hold up on this for now so I can do some research. I'm gonna clean my mess up and get ready to go back to the house. It is another awesome day here in February in the middle of Ohio. Hopefully we will have that thing drop down here very soon. Once I figure out this whole mess, that thing will be coming in here. We'll take the parts off that, put them on the front of this, and get this back out. This back wheel was locked up. We drug it all the way down here. It was a challenge getting it in here, but we used the bumper of the Suburban just to shove it on in, and we got her in here. So I guess I'm gonna just hold up for a minute, do some research, and then I'll update you guys here soon. All right, welcome back, everybody. Back out here in the shop. Finally made it back out. We did get this other control arm off on this truck. It put up a lot more fight than this one. I'm kind of sad I didn't film it because we had to cut the other one out. I know we were talking last time about what to do, and I finally figured it out. Instead of cutting the coil, I went ahead and broke down and bought drop spindles. That way the lower control arm won't go up any higher. We should still have plenty of travel. We're not going to bottom out the control arm. I actually have a bunch of parts that finally came in for the Suburban. This is our flip kit for the rear, shock extensions for the rear, and here's those spindles I was telling you about. Went ahead and got spindles from Classic Industries. They were the cheapest ones I could find online for $139. All this stuff for the suspension is the cheapest that I could find, but I also have something special in this box, something you guys don't know about yet. I've been keeping it a little bit secret. Some of my friends know what it is, so some of you that are watching this already know what's in that box, but we're going to probably show it to you in this video. We're not going to get a lot done. I just wanted to update you guys on where we're at with all the parts and what we're going to do with the Suburban, because I know last time we talked, I wasn't sure what to do because of that lower control arm. So here's a little bit better look at the drop spindle. It already comes painted, so I don't have to worry about painting it. Everything should be fine. We'll use the bearing and everything out of the other one because I think the bearings on the front of this are just fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the box, show you guys what I got inside the box and what we're going to be putting on this thing. You know that a lot of the stuff I've been doing lately is kind of like a 90s theme. So why don't you guys just check out what I got here. That's right. That's a Corvette roll pan for a Chevy OBS truck. I picked this up last year sometime. Dirt cheap. This is brand new in the box, never been put on, from the late 80s, early 90s. I talked to the guy and he's had this for years. Never been painted, never been put on. Was not a display. This was brand new. I did pick up some lenses already. I do have a wiring harness for all that. And also, I picked up some other pieces because I wasn't sure when I bought this how the taillights were going to mount. So I got online and found some Corvette taillight buckets. We'll bolt those into the fiberglass, and then our wire harness will hook up to it, screw the lenses on. That thing is awesome. I never planned on putting it on the Suburban. I would like to put it on just a pickup truck, but now that, you know, we have the whole family and stuff, it's going to suit this just fine. The vision I got in my head of this, it's going to be sweet. I have a lot of plans for the Suburban, a lot more than I thought I was going to have. But nonetheless, this thing is getting ready to get dropped down to the ground. We're starting to get ready for rod run. Hopefully we will get it all done in time. It should go pretty smooth. I'm not too worried about the front. All the front stuff should go pretty good. And most of the rear stuff should go okay. But once we flip the rear end, if we have to put a notch in there, it might take a little bit of work. We'll come up with a plan. The whole idea is to do this as cheap as we can. I mean, I know you're saying that, Doug, you're over here you're spending money on roll pans. You know, that couldn't have been cheap. I picked this baby up for 75 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. And if you find a brand new one, I think they still make these. If you get online, they're close to $300. So this was a steal. But that's probably going to be a wrap for this video. Like I said, we're not going to get no work done. I just wanted to update you guys on where we're at with the Suburban. It's about to go down. Also, the website is up. You should be able to go to hotrodsbydoug.com. Go over to the website. Just check it out. We have merch coming very, very soon. I got all my final prints on some of my stuff. Today is February 25th. I should have merch up by next weekend. So hopefully sometime in the beginning of March, I'm going to have the merch up on the store. You guys should be able to go over to my website, go to the merch store on my website, and I should have 2 shirts that are going to be pre-ordered. Also, even going to have hats, or a hat that's going to be pre-ordered. So you guys want to get over there and check them out. And I will make a short video on the pre-order once I get them up on the website, so you guys are up to date on what to do, how to order, how long it's going to take for the shirts to come in. That way, when you guys order, you already know, hey, this is going to be a pre-order. We're going to do it for about 2 weeks. And then once all the orders are in, I'll send in all the information. And then once the shirt comes in, I'll let you guys know. I'll be shipping out orders to you guys. Hopefully you guys will like the shirts. Like I said, as soon as I know a little bit more, it will be this week. I will let you guys know. Appreciate you liking, subscribing. You keep coming back, and we'll just keep doing hot rod stuff. See you guys.